Hello, loved ones. So I just finished editing a podcast episode, and it will be out tomorrow. August 18th, 2024, depending upon when you're seeing this. But anyway, in it, I was talking about how and I recently, just today, released a blog post on my Substack, pretty much regarding the same thing, because this is kind of where I'm at right now. This is kind of where my train of thought is. But like with the mirror principle or holographic universe, things like that, where whatever we project out into the universe will be reflected back to us. And we kind of live in two different, well, we don't, we kind of live in two different paradigms where yes, we are absolutely members of the collective, the human collective. And yes, the human collective's trajectory is pretty much going to hell in a handbasket, right? Of course, everybody's always said that, but whatever. I mean, it's not looking good for the collective. So I'm not going to sit here and be all, only think positive thoughts, y'all. Because while I do believe, you do need to stay positive and things like that. But you got two aspects. You're more than just that. You're more than just a member of the collective. You're also an individual. And this is where it gets good. This is where you can have some influence over the thing. This is where you can affect change. And, a lot of people like to say that, if we could just get there's like a critical mass. If we could get 1% of the collective to go a certain way, then we could get then that would be enough to sway the entire collective. Well, I don't think that little figure is accurate, but also I don't think it matters. I don't think it's relevant. Like I say, the collective is on the trajectory that it's on. And no, it's not looking good for them. But kind of like how you see in a community of people how, let's say, the vast majority of them are just not doing very well. But once in a while, just kind of peppered throughout, you'll see people who are doing very well. And if you were to be able to dig into it and find out what's the difference, they'd be like, I'm not participating in that. It's like, yeah, but you live amongst them. Yeah, I do live amongst them, but I'm not participating in their paradigm. I have claimed, or I have claimed. Yeah, sure. I have claimed my own paradigm, my individuality. And I am broadcasting to the universe that this is my life. And I'm going to live it. I'm going to be as if, I'm going to act as if, however you want to word it, that this is what I'm doing. And that's what we should be doing. Because we can't control the collective. For those of you who are trying to save humanity, trying to save planet Earth, or whatever you're trying to do, I don't mean to sound like a poo-poo, but I'm going to poo-poo your party. But then again, maybe we can okay, fine. We can look at it another way. You just do you. You focus on you. And hopefully, by your example, others will follow. But either way, you're going to be good. Right? So, if you still can't get it out of my head, I just can't get it out of my head. I just got to save the world. Okay, well, save yourself and make your own reality fantastic. Make your own existence what you wanted, what you would like to experience. Project out into the field your ideal life, whatever that may be. And it will be reflected back to you. The mirror principle, holographic universe, however you want to look at this. When you project out what you are wanting to do. And this is where we have a little problem with a lot of people, because they think they can just kind of sit back and meditate on it, and then their life is going to change and be fantastic. And look, I'm fine with all that, except the fact that we do live in a physical world. We do live in a physical reality currently. So you do physically have to do something. That's the difference. Is once you project out this reality that you want to experience, first of all, stop wanting it. Just start being it, right? You've got to physically do it. I've used the example of a poet. I've used the example of someone who has an online Etsy business. I've used lots of examples in the podcast. But just begin being it. Start yourself a Substack page. That's what I do. I've got a blog on Substack. I love it. I can put things on there that just little random little tidbits and blurbs that I've written that I'd like to put out, but I don't really have any other way to put them out there. So there's Substack. It's great. So if you want to be a poet, start writing poetry. Put it on Substack. Claim for yourself, I am a successful poet. You may be, in fact, you will be shocked when you look back later. But it'll just kind of happen, because this isn't some kind of big moment. There's not going to be some big explosion of manifestation. Because when you begin to be it, well, you're just it. That's it. You're being it. Now, if you want to set a marker on your calendar 6 months from now to have a moment of reflection, fine. Do that. In fact, Kitty and I, the lovely Kitty and I, this shirt has nothing to do with, well, it has a lot to do with her, but it's not her place. She doesn't own it. Anyway, we were on vacation. We saw a place called Kitty's Cafe. Thought, wow, I need a shirt that says Kitty's Cafe on it. So there you go. Anyway, Kitty and I have had this talk, and we've said, we should maybe look back, just little reflection points on the calendar. Once in a while, we'll look back and realize, holy, wow, this has happened. And really, it has happened. There have been so many things that we've come so far. There have been so many things that we did not have, or that were not part of our reality not that long ago, that we set the intention, we broadcast it out into the field, and then, but here's where here's where it really gets good. You've got to start physically, because we live in a physical world, physically being it. Do the things that someone would do if that were the case. Another example I used was like someone who wants to live on a beach house in the Gulf of Mexico. It's like, yeah, but I live in the Midwest and it's freaking freezing here. It's 0 degrees outside. How can I act as if I'm someone who lives in a beach house in the Gulf of Mexico? Well, you could download a real estate app and start just kind of window shopping for beach houses in the Gulf of Mexico. Why? Because that's what someone who is looking to buy a beach house in the Gulf of Mexico, that's what that person would do. Start doing the things that you would do if that's what you were going to do. Don't wait for just wake up one morning and you're living in your beach house in the Gulf of Mexico. Although that day will come if you do this. But project it out into the field. Claim it. This is what I am. Start window shopping. Get that app, Zillow or whatever. Start shopping for those houses. You're going to be surprised. You're going to be very surprised. Anyway, loved ones, that's it. Put on the old spectacles again. I love you. I will be back directly.